Thought I'd come and say a few things about Gary's passing. I was in Milledgeville, Georgia when I got the news. I was at a friend's house and was playing the very first guitar I ever played in my life at age 12. My friend still has it. And we were sitting there playing Skynyrd songs, believe it or not. And the news came through. So, it was something we knew was coming. And Gary's health has been in a tough spot, and but still, it really puts a big period on the end of that sentence, and it's really tough to take. So, I thought I'd share a little bit about how Skynyrd music has affected me and Gary's playing, and as well as Alan and Steve and Ed and the whole band. I grew up in south of Atlanta, Georgia, and the first music that I started learning on guitar was old country music, but I was at a Hank Jr. concert probably around, I don't know, 1983 or so, maybe 84. And Hank played Call Me the Breeze as part of his set. And I had heard Sweet Home Alabama and a few other things maybe, but wasn't really super familiar with the music. I was, 12 or 13 years old at the time. My friend told me it was a Skynyrd song, and so went to Turtles Records and Tapes down there in Morrow, Georgia. And the first cassette I could find was this one right here. That's the very one that I bought, the very first thing I bought, and it had Call Me the Breeze on it, called Best of the Rest. So I remember getting in the car. I was on the side too, so you had to hit fast forward for a while. And as soon as that sound came out of the speakers, I was absolutely hooked. I knew that this was my band. So I spent endless hours just playing that cassette over and over, which eventually led me to the One More from the Road album, and I managed to get this songbook right here. And it had, musical score in it, but it was the chords to all the songs and the lyrics, and I did my best to learn and just played that record over and over and over and learned every part of those songs that I could, and that's how I learned how to play rock and roll guitar. And it was really the spark that lit everything for me. So fast forward, I was going a whole different path, but decided that wasn't working for me, and as far as going to college and going into a whole other field, I decided music was where it was at. That was the passion, and continued to follow that pursuit into recording and engineering and mixing records and things like that, and going out and do concert sound. But the very first thing that really lit the spark for all of it was Skynyrd music, and it's still a very important thing to me today. And there's no way I would be where I'm at without that music. And so it was, Gary's playing, and just Alan and all those guys that just made me realize that these are people like me. They're from the South. They're not like some faraway rock star in California or something like that, or England. They're from where I'm from, like Georgia and Jacksonville aren't, too far apart, Atlanta and all that, but made me realize these are people like me, and they're out there making this great music, and it's maybe something I can do. So helped give me the confidence to go for it. And so I'm very grateful to Gary and all the guys in Skynyrd for the music that they made and the inspiration they gave me. And that's why I've continued to play the music and do the best I can, and making videos for you guys to help you learn it too. I think about, when I was coming up and learning those songs, what is it that I would like to have seen at that age, and learn how to play these songs. So hopefully the videos are useful to you. There's a little bit of background on me and where I came from and how I came to play these songs, and hopefully it's helpful to you. And God bless Lynyrd Skynyrd and Gary Rossington. All right.